That would be a bad idea. I would love to drink a cup of coffee. It would be a bad idea. Not Virgo Moon Day. No. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to my higher discernment and go against my desire, my want. I don't need it. I ain't doing it. No cup of coffee today. I about half tempted to put a cup on just so I could smell it though. That'd be cool. I just like the smell, man. Reminds me of a lot of stuff. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hayok empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, and I'm in the kitchen here. Like, I made cookies this morning. They turned out really freaking good. What I did was I just made like the basic. I used 3/4 cup brown sugar, white sugar. I last two times I forget the baking soda, baking powder, whatever, salt, and then I butter, turbo butter, my turbo butter, and then I used this. And it wasn't a whole pack because I've been kind of snacking on them. I'm just a freaking, I'm just a child in a 50-year-old woman's body because I never got to have a childhood. So I use these gummy clusters with nerds on them, and I put that in the cookie dough, and then they melted like I knew they would. It was all part of my plan. And they turned out, I only got 30 cookies. Usually I get anywhere from 36 to 40. But the butter's a little extra tonicky. But just to give you an example, this is how I also put a little bit of watermelon, juice from watermelon in it. So that's how they turned out with the nerd candies. You know what? They look good, but they feel better. If people just ate a cookie, it would be a lot easier to find the amusement in things. You see, I grew up, we never had no money. We were so poor. And I just never what I did is I just always tried to learn about the workaround. Like, we didn't want a lot in life. So I just figured out how to get what we wanted in life without stealing, without lying and cheating and stuff like that. And Mom did good for a lot of years on her own. She just really needed like the extra care like the last 7 years when started moving around. It was stressful on her. Stressful on me, man. Shit. Here we are, they're at it again. Fucking A. So this weekend, the energy, I'm going to listen to the energy, the potential, and I'm going to go out and get I already looked up the storage units. I already looked them up and where I can, where they're centrally located, where I don't have to spend a lot of time driving to get there. And then wherever I go, I can just go at my leisure, load up a couple boxes in the bourbon, and then bring it back. So, more shit. More moving, more. I don't want to, but I got the energy, so I'm gonna. A lot of people are going through it. I'm really happy to see, like, all the heart, like, humanity's making a comeback, I think. Like, just seeing a girl, I just watched a girl drive through the video, or drive through, God, I hate that. Drive through a drive-through, or telling a story about how she drove through, and then the woman that took her card had a really cool denim jacket on it with the little boot patch on it, and the girl's like, "I love your jacket." She's like, "Thank you, it's my grandma's," like, yeah, and and she passed away And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, it's so awesome though, you know. And she's like, it still has the it still has her cough drops in the pocket. And then the customer was like, oh my god, you must keep them in there forever. Like, human contact, like, people are connecting. Instead of looking away, they're gonna start looking at each other, you know. I know that there's a lot of people that are going through situations that are scary right now. Because that's what, I mean, I think that's by design why my spirit chose the path that it chose, just to learn how to do the thing that people pay people to do. So I took out the middleman. And there's so many people out there because there's less people that know how to do things. So the people that do know how to do things, they're like, haha. Because don't you know who I am, I can jack the prices up. And there's people that are getting priced out. I just saw a girl having a meltdown because her freaking car broke down for the umpteenth time. You know what I mean? I mean, because, like, poor people, they drive cars that they can afford, and then they break down, and then, you know, they're getting fucking reamed in the butt for shit that ain't that hard to do. So what I want to do is help teach these people how to maintain their own shit. They got to come to Taos to learn how to do it, though. Yeah. You know? So, I know it's getting real interesting out there. My heart hurt for my Earth Angel this morning. She has to talk to a guy that's causing her anxiety, and he's going to tell her stuff that she don't care about. Just like, you know, I would put it in terms like, if I was in that situation, I would put it into terms like, oh, you can't do that because it's a state, so never mind. I just come closer. Don't worry about what happens, what's in the bank. Marge will make sure you'll be okay. Just come closer. I mean, we're in it, man. We're in all the, and because, you know why it's going to get more and more and more and more insane? Like, because people are imagining how insane it's going to be. I'm trying not to put any idea, any visual picture on anything that I think is going to happen. It's just a constant, we'll see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It sucks, though, because I'm a psychic intuitive. And I know a lot about patterns, so I could kind of see how things are headed. At the same time saying, no, it could go a different way. It absolutely can. We live in a multi-universe, all things possible kind of place, you know. But people are just keep looking at doom and gloom. Doom and gloom is going to happen. It's how it works. It's how it works. What people imagine comes true. That's why they make movies out of it, to plant seeds, to create, you know, to set forth agendas. I mean, ever since I was a youngin', they were talking about the CIA, mind control, MK control, and I've always been in the group. They say, you're crazy. I'm like, dude, why does the evidence keep freaking dropping in my lap? And don't worry about all these people getting laid off. Because think about it. Think about all the people that were loyal because they were doing a job. They were loyal to their master, their servant. They were loyal to their muskrat, whatever entity they work for. They were loyal to that. They gave them their blood, their sweat, their tears. And then they got done dirty. Think about how many, I'm already seeing it. People talking shit about the rollout of EVs and, you know, engineers talking crap about this. And it's like, because they don't got no loyalty. See, you treat people good when you part ways, they'll still talk about you in kind. Treat people bad, they're gonna do. I keep seeing. I don't know why. I can't stand The Sopranos. All that mobster shit. It's all freaking. Sorry, your mom didn't hold you. You know, or sorry, your mom freaking kept you on the tit for too long. That's what happens. That's what that evolution is. I'm gonna, you know. So they're gonna end up like the what's his face in the last scene. I don't know why I keep seeing the last scene of The Sopranos. I don't give a flying fuck. Live by the dumbass, die by the dumbass. That's why I'm trying to find an environment and connect with people that aren't fucking dumbasses. Kill people, it's fun. How about have a little regard for life? Huh? Is that a thing? So the clocks are lining up on the wall. And things like Ben Davidson and stuff like that. Dude, that dude, I wonder how much he earns. Like, how much people like, here, just because you're you, I'm going to throw my money at you so you can do whatever you want. For saying basically the same shit all the time. Like I do. Only that my shit, like, actually comes true. You know? And when it comes down to it, he's gonna freaking build a big old compound with a big old fence around it. And thanks for all your donations, but if it came down to it, everybody out and his selected few in. Right? Yeah. Everything's a club, man. Everything's a club. And the big ones got dirty. And they get bored. And then they all got their Diddy clubs. They all got their Diddy parties. I saw a video clip that they even said it on Madagascar. They were watching all these animals. They're like, oh my God. And they're like, oh, looks like a Diddy party. It's like, dude, it ain't cool to be a fucking pervert. It's not cool to be a freaking perv. It ain't cool to be a slut. It ain't cool to pass yourself around. It ain't cool to fucking stick shit in your holes and get all, it's not what God intended. That's not, I mean, people will put so much predominance on freaking chasing sensation. It's like they're the ones that should be in rubber rooms. Like, because there's all this other stuff on the planet that could be done, but people are like, let's do weird shit in the dark. And let's summon demons and freaking do stupid shit like that. Like, fucking the rest of us don't have time for their fucking nonsense. Their butt plug parties. Nobody fucking cares about it but the people that are doing it. The prestigious, the elite, the entitled. I don't know a lot of freaking poor people that are getting together, that are just like, trying to take care of, they don't all get together, congregate, and freaking, slit the throat of a goat and shit like that. That's not how it's done. It's the cheater way, the lazy way, the imbalanced way. And that's why the whole planet has come to a point of imbalance. So now everybody has to deal with, crazy, nonsense, disheveled fucking people. Because people don't know how to control their emotions. Because they never fucking learned. And you got all these dudes that were freaking coddled by their mamas. And then what they do? They switch and turn and found a broad that freaking just take care of them like their mama did. And then they start having kids. And then it's always plus one. The kid that they have plus the him, because she's always raising two kids. Because people can't fucking take care of themselves emotionally, financially. They can't, dude. There's so many people. We're gonna start seeing it more and more. All the people that can't take care of themselves, like, fuck, what do? I don't know where to go. And when I call the number that says call this number for help, and it says, I'm sorry, the number that you have called is no longer in service. What do you do? What do people do? And the fucking bureaucrats, they're fucking pointless, dude. I love seeing all these people put these city planners and counselors on blast with their own words and shit. These freaking indignant, because that's what these guys, they put on suits and then they go, no, you listen, it's been might is right. Might is right. And now all these people are like, no, your might, you know what you can do with your might? You can put it in your butt with your gerbil. Because might isn't right. And it's not okay to, and see, I grew up with it. I got my fucking ass beat all the time. I got beat a lot by my brother. He's a wrestler, state wrestling champion. Now he's a lawyer for the state of California. He never served time. But I was, all that did is teach me how to defend myself. And now I'm 50, and he's 52, and if we got into a tussle, the outcome would be much different. So who's really the winner? Because he was big and strong when he was a 17, 18-year-old male, and I couldn't fight him off, and he slammed my head in the floor, in the concrete underneath it. I was just like, please hold my skull together. And it held, thank goodness, Aries. Thank goodness I'm an Aries, because if I was a Cancer, it probably would have cracked my shell. Spilled my my brains all over. But his fraternity brothers probably would have helped him cover up. Just throw me in a river or someplace. Say it. Oh, Marge was always running around with the wrong crowd. That's what those scumbags do, man. And look at all the false idols that are coming out. People I never really liked. From all the genres. Like, why? I never why do they like Elvis? Elvis is a pedo. Why do they like, they're all freaking, they all had their freaking 14-year-old girls. They all, like, none, like, it's so gross. And people are just like, let me give you my money. I work so hard for my money. Let me give it to this false prophet. This false for profit. Because they're telling people to be good people, and then they're fucking scumbags in the dark. Cockroaches. Disgusting. Gross. And people that don't have emotional control, they're going to start doing this stuff in the daytime. So be ready to cover your kids' eyes, Because people don't got that self-will. They don't listen to that voice. They listen to that voice. See, to me, God is good orderly direction. Don't be a creep. Don't be a jerk. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool. That's good orderly direction. If you see someone needs help, just help them. That's all. The end. If you're able to, right? Or if you can't, maybe call somebody who can. Who knows? Discernment. We're all given it, And then there's ego, which is easing God out. Which is, I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I'm not going to help anybody, and I don't care about anybody else, and their problem is their problem, and blah, 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 all that division stuff. So either we're going to fall, I think we're going to fall more into the divide, and then it's going to get sewn up. That's how I see it. And however that plays out in each individual's life, well, I guess that's determined by how they've lived the course of their life up until this point. And I'm talking about all in all freaking incarnations. Because there's timelines that are going on this way, that way, all the way around. And so we might not have been alive 244 years ago when these planetary alignments were in formation. But energy doesn't die. Matter doesn't die. So our soul, our spirit was someplace, somewhere, at some time back in that time. So people are feeling the divide just like we did back then, and it's like DNA activation. Am I going to be part of, the right side of history? Good orderly direction, just do the right thing, help thy neighbor, golden rule, all that stuff? Or the wrong side, which is ego, and I'm just going to go blow shit up and freaking do what I want and cause harm and destruction and blah. All because of that imbalanced, toxic, masculine energy, which is the same as imbalanced, toxic, female energy. I mean, imbalance is imbalance. Like, too much of one is not enough of the other, and it causes problems. So, I guess more people start figuring this out, things will start smoothing over, but I don't know. You snoring, baby? Yeah, Tucker just started snoring. So I was going to go into town, but I think I think I'm going to stay in today. I was going to go in super early, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go get water, but it's Thursday, and Thursday is the day that they give poor people stacks of newspapers, and then they fucking hold up traffic. It's like, it's so many hazards. It's so many, especially with the energy, because people aren't patient either. So it's just dangerous, and it's annoying. And I drive the back roads, and they're still on the back roads. So I'm gonna avoid it and then just go into town tomorrow. I'm still a little, I don't know. Yesterday was a highly spiked energetic day for me. So I think I'm still just gonna, and Mom and I watched In and Out last night, so I think we're just gonna watch look for the subliminal messages all day. And in Marvel movies and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out what the freaking do to my hair. Just kind of, I'm not a fan of hair. I wish I had a friend that could braid it. I even asked the girl that trims the dog's nails if she and she don't braid hair, so. Or she kind of does, but I'd rather, like, my locks tight. I really would. I don't, anyway. The story continues. I gotta be careful who not that I don't trust her. I trust her. I wouldn't have asked, but I would never ask. My landlady did it once, and I would never let her touch my hair ever again. Ever again. Ever, ever, ever. Nope. I will. Nope. So, I mean, like, there's spouses that it's like they only braid each other's hair. Hair is a very, very sacred thing. And I think it's funny because I've struggled with my hair my whole life. Like when I was little, they cut it really short because when they brush it, it hurt. It'd get tangles, but they were so rough about it and they didn't use no I mean, like, they could have tried, like, and then they'd hold me under the water, and water would go up my nose and shit. Like, I mean, it just, like, use a cup. I mean, it's just, there's so many better ways to do things. I guess people just don't know how. And people that have been taken care of don't really know how to take care of other people, I don't think. Because I wasn't taken care of, and I think that that's what enabled me how to learn how to take care of myself. And then I've always seen the need. There's this girl when I went to junior high. I wonder whatever happened to her. Dude, my brother went to high school with, married his sister, Grace. Or her sister, her sister, Grace. But Alicia, and I remember Alicia, and she was like tall and awkward and like came from a poor family, or like the kid, they had a lot of kids and a lot of money to go around, and they, because they were like they were dirty. His mom we'd wash freaking clothes in a bucket, stuff like that. But and I remember these two girls, Lisa and Cheryl, were picking on her, and they were they were girls that I hung out with, and they were bullying her, and I was just like, I can't believe how mean you're being to her right now. Like, she never does nothing to anybody, yet because she doesn't fight back, people think it's okay to be mean to her, right? I always stuck up for people like that, because behind closed doors, I was getting picked on so bad by so many people, and so I'm like, don't, because kids that fucking are assholes just grow up to be adults that are assholes. And so well, Alicia got hit by a van crossing the street going to the market, or going home from the market. And she went to the hospital. And I said, Mom, we got to go into the hospital and see this girl. I was like 12 years old. I said, we got to go see her. Because she almost died. And I don't know if she knows how. God still wants her here, and she has to know this. So we went on into when Mom took me to Mercy Hospital, the hospital on the hill, and I went up into her room, and she said, you're the only person that's come see me. Out of anybody. Her family. And then a little while later, I went and got my appendix out. And I had some people come see me the third day I was there. Like, I was there a few days. Like, ain't nobody was rushing. You know what I mean? But so those first few days that nobody came, I know what it feels like. My first 3 days on this planet, nobody came. Mom was incapacitated because of something that the man did, So I didn't meet her. So, I mean, there's something significant when you don't have roots. And then growing up, there's several times that I got taken away from Mom. We got kidnapped. I mean, I got separation anxiety because it's fucking painful when you get fucking torn away and from people that you love. And I guess people that don't love things, I guess they wouldn't have an idea of what that's like. Maybe if you take away their cars, like, all their Mercedes and all their, like they're doing in Dubai, the earth is cleansing right now. And universe is trying to get people to see it's not all that shit that matters. It's not you can't fucking take that shit with you, and people keep building fucking these big glass houses, and universe keeps taking them down with their waves and her shakes and her fucking fuck yous. And then stupid fucking people, keep building back up to make their idea, their vision, while, you know, poor people, like, people just are, I'm so, I we're going into the Mad Max days. So people that don't know how to do stuff, it's a little late in the game, but you might as well try to, you know, maybe figure something out real quick. Like, I don't know, weave a fucking basket. Like, make yourself fucking useful and not just another mouth that people are gonna have to feed. Because it's getting like that. Maybe you could carry a bucket with water. We're gonna get there. You know why? Because people want it. The land wants it. And then we're going to rebuild from there. And all the stupid little twits and twats and dockers that are sitting in their chairs right now, they're going to get them fucking little asses up and get out the way. And us grown-ups are going to start having fucking grown-up conversations about this shit. And all these little secret societies, all this little LD energy, it's all going to go away. Because nobody cares. I was 4B before 4B. I always been before B. Like, I see dudes, I mean, I see people in relationship, and I'm just like, dude, the only reason they are just one freaking ED event away from a breakup. Like, that's all that dudes have to offer. I mean, there is a storyline that, like, people, like, you know, go out and work hard, and then there's people back at home that supports the people that go out and work hard. But what happened is there's a shift. The people at home work harder than the people that go out. There's just all these imbalances everywhere, all over the world. Everywhere. Just imbalance. I got imbalances in me. That's why I'm not going out today, because I don't want to go out and be like, at least I didn't spend $1,500 on a stereo today. I'm so glad. Oh. You know, I guess this is just, no, Oregon, the neighbors were shitty because they were redoing their floors and the guy's saw was right out my window. And it was just all day. Zit, 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 zit. And I was just, it was so fucking annoying. My God. Oh, and I had shitty neighbors that ate the cats when I've had shitty neighbors. I've had shitty neighbor. And I think I got the shittiest neighbor here because it's the whole gene pool. Like, the shit that they did. Tsunami concerns prompted evacuations after Indonesia's ring of volcano erupted. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Well, that's okay, because it doesn't affect anybody over here, right? Except all the tornadoes that are going on. Like, where it's like, we used to watch, like, Land of the Lost and stuff like that. With the dinosaurs and shit, like, with the, you know, the red sky. And I lived through that, because I've been in Oregon where you didn't see that, like, the sun was blacked out in the fucking middle of the day. Blacked out sun. Oxygen, I know the importance of oxygen and clean air, and see that, but people at top, they're not touched by these things, but everybody's going to get touched. Everybody gets touched by the hands of nature and karma and universal. Everybody. You cannot. It's because it's in the no place space. Because the no place space knows what you do. The no place space knows your heart. The no place space knows what you're thinking of. Right? That's where it got in it. And you just keep going on the right course, the right direction. Just keep doing the right thing. So I just talk shit about. So this is what I went out to this morning. I just go out in the backyard now because they dug up the front yard because they have the little water. But they did such a shitty job. Like they could. I mean, but they're, you know, people that don't know how to do. People don't know how to think. They know I have to do this. And usually they call somebody and they say, "Hey, can you do this?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay. Come over and do that." I need this done. Okay, it's going to cost this. And then they come over and they're like, oh, it's going to cost. Okay, I have that. So yeah, no problem. Or I can get it from my dad or my husband or whatever. And then there's people that are like, no, I don't have that. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't get that done. Then it gets undone. And then people just have to, save here, sacrifice this, go without that, so they can get enough money to pay this person that, it's stupid. I know how to do shit. If I know how to do something, I'm going to help somebody fix it. And if they believe in energy, they're going to, I'll do it for a dinner. But what people think they're worth is so fucking funny. I tried I try to listen to the Leo Cup. And now it's like a contest to see how far can you get before you can't fucking stand it anymore. Before your third eye is just fucking twitching, just like, oh my god, all the fucktar are the people that follow this guy, dude. This fucktar. I mean, he's just a dipshit, dude. They're talking about driving into the eclipse energy, and Rich he underestimated the energy. It's just like that. That's what people do. They underestimate things because they know. They are so adamant in their knowing. And then the Leo Cup's talking about, vibrating. My body felt like it was electrified, like it was their electricity. I said, you know what, motherfucker? Some of us feel like that 24/7, 365. And it's, you know what that is? That's data input. So welcome to your first one, blippity blue. Whenever I list those guys, I'm like, it's like Hogwarts kindergarten. Maybe one day their balls will drop and they'll stop talking about farts and pooping. And then the chat just freaking, oh, you're so smart. Oh, well, you contribute to the spiritual community. I'm just like, I just find the amusement in it. I find the amusement in it. Like, they are not ready. They are not ready. Stinky poo-poo, don't touch the, stinks, something smells stinky. Have to sleep in the trailer because of the because of the scorpions. Kind of astrologer runs from scorpions. You're supposed to make friends with them. Cooperation is nature's way. Running is the coward's way. Dude, I've had full-grown fucking men run at me full board, like 6'2", like they're gonna get me without even fucking flinching. They are the cowards. Anything that goes after something smaller to make themselves feel better. See, there's all these things that people aren't supposed to be behaving like, and they have. So now there's hell to pay. We're all gonna live in a little bit of hell. Some people's hell is gonna be a little bit bigger than others, based on how much heaven they're trying to bring in the earth until they figure it out. I keep hearing about the Great Awakening. I'm like, okay, we'll see. 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 April, May to June. So 2 months I should be getting my new eyeglasses. I didn't have a lot to choose from. It's just being a veteran is no different than growing up a kid on welfare. Like, you get the crumbs, you get the scraps. They pull out two like drawers, and it says veteran frames. And I'm over here looking at the cool ones, right? And they're like, no, you just get these. We are free to do whatever we want because you killed people in places that you had no business being in it, and you get to live with that forever. So here's a few selected frames. At least I got this though. But everybody should get this. It shouldn't be just me because I killed people in a club, and everybody should get that. Like, Everybody, zero. How much does it cost? Zero. Balance, tax, zero, 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 zero. Everybody should have that. Kids, senior citizens, anybody in between. You know, it's the people that designate, no, you don't get it. You qualify, you don't qualify. That shit is so stupid, man. It's so stupid. It was a pleasure to meet Pat and Rob yesterday and talk with them. And they shared with me their troubles in Ohio about affordable housing. These fucktards are building these generic ass freaking, instead of freaking building homeless shelters, build fucking real righteous houses. You know what I mean? It's just like, you people don't pay for the shit you live in. It's just so, but that's the thing. People are not going to hold it together very well. I do see that. They are not holding it together. And a lot more people are just freaking, they're just, another TikTok young girl, 36 years old, gone. I don't know their circumstances. 36 is too young for people to be dying. I mean, from what we know about health and stuff like that at this point, people should be more and more people should be living 80s, 90s, stuff like that. But they don't, because they cut their own they cut their own tag short. They do it to themselves. But I'm going to eat what I want, drink what I want. I'm never going to exercise. I'm going to go here and go there. I've been getting a lot of drunk people videos on my feed. You can just see when the spirit is gone. The soul. They're just like, I was that person so many times. Just not even there. Automatic pilot. And I'm seeing other people go back to that. Because you don't feel anything. Any pain you have, it don't exist. You don't care. That's what alcohol did for me. It gave me my indifference. I didn't give a shit about anything. I wouldn't care about the dogs. I wouldn't care about Mom. I'm just I'll be up in Colorado, Mom. See you later. Maybe you'll, remember to look where the food is. I don't know, but it's not my problem. I mean, that's what people do. They don't care about freaking people that they should care about. It gives them a free ticket, and they take it freely. Every day, often. Go to any store, and they're about 9, 10 o'clock, about right now. Because I used to work in gas stations. I know. I was stocked all the freaking liquor. Like, people would be like biting at the bit. 6 a.m. Give me that bottle. Dude, you did this to yourself. Chill the fuck out. I know you need it to live. And yet it causes so much harm, so much evil in the world, just out of those little spirits. It's such a trip. What people do with their free will. I always see all the concerts. Like, why aren't there more freaking people, like, putting money up for freaking, like, travel centers for, poor people and shit like that? It'd be a great tax write-off. Why aren't more people sponsoring that? So, I mean, it's great for money laundering, because that's all that shit is money laundering at somebody else's painstaking, See, because you're gonna have to. The society is gonna have to learn to friendly meet people. Like, hey, how can I? How's it going? Instead of coming at people with aggression, because they're good. I mean, because you got too many crazy people with their Second Amendment right. But I'm sure there's a lot of level-headed people that have it, for their protection, whatever. I get it. There's a lot more idiots out there with them. People that don't get them lawfully, people that do get them lawfully, it doesn't matter. They just don't have. They have very little regard for life, and I see it every time I go out in the world, based on people's, dietary choices, what they drive. It all tells me that they only give a fuck about themselves. And they don't care about other people. Every time I see someone that drives a Jeep or a Tesla, they only care about their own little ecosystem and very little about the rest of humanity. Broncos, like any of these, these new rigs, and they're all shit cars too. Like, I follow a lot of maintenance, automotive, truck, repair stuff like that. This shit's too new to be fucking, and too costly to be fucking breaking the way that it is. So, Just more evidence. People aren't doing the work. They're not there to do the work. When they are there to do the work, they're they're not hard little worker bees like I have always been my whole entire life. And now look how things are turning out. So anyway, what else? I think that's about all I got. It's good to see you, mental pancakes. People have rested on their laurels for far too long. They did something good one time and they just have used that as their good karma pass. And whenever I see chats on, like, on these, I'm like, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. The it that people are supposed to be getting is stop fucking just do it. You know why people are so sad and so depressed and they're so miserable? Because they're fucking thinking about just themselves all the time. It can be proven. I wonder what scientific hypothesis, like using the scientific method, how I could prove that being of service to other people that are less fortunate than yourselves always makes you feel better, and it's a lot more effective than insulting or berating. And just teach somebody how to do something, right? I read a little story this morning. I said to my earth angel, this kid, like they needed milk. And ultimately, I can't remember how it played out because the cookie's starting to land. It's landing nice, I gotta say. It's a good cook. Aunt Marge is onto something. Anyway, ultimately, the guy ended up paying the kid $20 to wash his car. And, like, his girlfriend was there with him while he was doing it and stuff. And then when the kid, like, had tears in his eyes, because this kid probably had Jordans when he was a year old. He probably had, but then as soon as he turned, now you a man, go out, But how do people that have always been taken care of, how do they learn how to take care of themselves, let alone other people? Without being, like, berated and insulted and all that, stuff like that. And he said, thank you for letting me be a man in the eyes of my girlfriend, taking care of my family. More, but it's like that. It was, but like where I live, and I'm sure it's like this in other places because I've lived all over and I know for a fact, it's all a club. And even like there's a place here, the dude that I met with the magnet that he found of a dude that was running for judge. Fucking life is such a fucking trip, dude. It's hilarious. He said, you hear about the hive? I said, yeah, I helped the councilwoman pick up a bunch of garbage and needles and shit out there one day, at the hive. And I said, I thought, and he said, it was supposed to be for the whole community. I said, yeah, that was my understanding, but everything's a club. And that's what he said. He said, yeah, they're supposed to help small businesses get their tech up and running and stuff like, but it's like, come here and use our shit and all this stuff. But I thought it was like, because that's what I was thinking, because there was a dude there. I don't know if he's a homeless dude or not. I don't know. He drinks a lot and it was really early and he was already freaking wasted. But like, get these people on the streets set up with Cash App and shit like that. Because everybody's giving away cell phones, but they're not helping them set up with Cash App and shit like that. So get them set up and then, like, let them get their own side gig right that. And they can at least get gas and with their bleep bleep, whatever. And I said that's another need in the community. That's how the conversation. I would be glad to help people get their shit. He said that's what I thought the hive was supposed to be. I said I thought it was too. He said, but they're just about small businesses, and they're even gonna pick and choose what small businesses they are. See, and you know what the thing about it is that there is so much headaches that come with my ideology. Because I'm gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of people that I don't even want to fucking deal with. The thing of it is my campus is going to be a dry campus. There will not be, like, you can come and camp, stuff like that, you know. I don't care who you are. You cannot bring alcohol. You won't have that freedom to do that. Because when people put alcohol in themselves, they lose their ability to restrain themselves. And I'm not going to put up with other people's demons. So they can just leave it in the locker and go stay in a hotel if they want, you know? Because my place is not for that. Where people can fucking spend money on booze and get wasted. And then we get to... No. I'm about being a better version of myself. Not doing the same shit that freaking keeps me stagnant and stale. Keeps me in that I'm just going to live my best life. Benny, good boy, Benny. Is Grandma Retta getting up? You're a good boy. You're such a good boy, Benny. Want me to turn off the light? He don't like this light right now. Good boy. You gonna get in a chair? Is Grandma Retta coming out? Good boy. Go ahead. Good boy. Oh, good jump. You got it? Which way are you going? I think it is. I sometimes watch that Quite Frankly guy, and he's in Aries. He ain't a very balanced Aries, I don't think. And his little girl came in, and she's... Daddy's really grouchy and mean sometimes. Kids don't lie. And he's like, now they're going to think you're mean and grouchy. But you know what? I bet if I hung out, if I was a fly in the wall and I watched the dynamics, I bet I would know. Like, I could pick up easy. Because my dad was in Aries. My dad was so fucking mean to me. Like, he got his rocks off from being a douche to me. Like, he was a jerk. He was, ugh. Like, I get yelled at for having a speech impediment. Like, I mean, who fucking yells at a cute little kid with a speech? Like, because he was such a control freak. Because when people feel powerless and they're controlling individuals, then they freaking reach situations that they can't control. You see how freaking much they desire control based on the level of their eruption. It's going on with planet Earth right now. Indonesia just erupted. I mean, the level of bullshit on the planet can't take it. And so she's going to cleanse herself of all that fucking cancer on it, which is mankind, that causes her so much freaking distress. And she'll start to slate over again. Just like the Etch-a-Sketch. Can't seem to freaking not be greedy, gross, pervy, freaking creepy, freaking human beings on the planet. So here we go. Enjoy the ride. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.